Yeah, it's me. Just thinking about women's rights. The women's rights movement back in the fucking 1900s, early 1900s, like 1902 and shit. Around there. Round about that fucking time in history. You know, I think it was the gun that really did it. The gun, you know? Because, you know, before, it's like, as men, you know, like, you know, pretty much any man can beat any woman in a fight. I mean, I know sexism and all that, but I mean, come on, it's true. It's fucking true. Women are not, they can't fight. Okay? It's all scratching and hair pulling and shit, you know? They just don't have that fucking upper body strength that men do. You know, and Andy Kaufman kind of proved that, you know, doing his wrestling days. Because he used to challenge any woman to come out of the audience and fight him, and he'd fucking fight them, and he'd always win. Didn't matter. Didn't matter if it was the toughest woman you could fucking find. He still beat him. You know? And these were from the crowd. This is not like, you know, the fixed matches and stuff, whatever. So anyway, at some point, though, the gun came out. You know, and we had guns for a long time, but around the 1900s, they were starting to get good. Like, you know, they had the revolvers and, you know, the trusty just point and shoot, you know? And that's when men are like, man, it doesn't matter, we're stronger at this point. They can just shoot us now, you know? So I guess we better give them some rights to placate them. And then the women get power, and lo and behold, they get the vote, and they start voting for fucking white men. We're like, holy shit, they're stupid. They're fucking idiots. They're still voting for us. Can you believe this shit? This is great. It's a fucking dream come true. We're scared to give women the vote because we don't want women holding public office. But they're fucking only electing men. Awesome. So, that happened. And then, you know, eventually women kind of start doing women start electing women, and you know, and men are like, okay, well, I guess our time is over now. It's coming to a fucking close. And basically, the men that are still holding out are the ones that are just like in the Republican Party. They're like, yeah, fuck it. Us white men are still gonna keep control. The only way that us white men are going to maintain any control is if we make concessions to other fucking groups in this society. Because we're outnumbered. You know, we're outnumbered in a democracy. Okay? White men are not going to be able to maintain their stranglehold on policy in America. And really, like, we never had it. I want to make that fucking clear. Like, I never had any fucking control. I know that when you look at Washington, a lot of people, they see that Washington is full of white males, and they just assume, look, white males have all the power. No, a certain class of white males that are like way up at the fucking upper echelons of society, they have a bunch of power. Saying that all white men have power because Washington is full of white men is like saying that all black men have power because a black man's the president. You know, it doesn't matter, you know, what color they all are in Congress. It doesn't matter what gender they all are up in Washington. It doesn't matter at the end of the day if, you know, you still don't have power as a citizen. And, you know, I can tell you right now that that's the reason a lot of fucking men like me get pissed when you have these feminists on Tumblr talking about male privilege, because, you know, we're not getting any fucking special treatment from these assholes. You know, I don't give a shit that the fucking police chief of the town is white, and the mayor of the town is white, and the fucking congressman is a white guy, and everyone that holds power and dominion over an area is a white male. It doesn't matter. Those guys are not doing me any favors. They don't look at me and see a brother. They look at me and see like, oh, it's just some peasant class piece of shit. That's what they see when they look at fucking pretty much anybody. Except their own fucking, you know, their fucking friend base, their buddies, their other people that belong to the same, you know, level of the social strata. So, I mean, I'm not getting any fucking favors. And I recognize that as a white guy, I mean, there's certain things I can do You know, at least in the South. When I was living in the South, I'll admit to some of that. Maybe not so much now that I live in a more diverse area. But, you know, the point is that any white male who fucking thinks like they're going to keep the hold of the country is an idiot. All right? You're not going to keep hold of the country, and chances are you really never had it to begin with. Just because the folks up in Washington share your fucking race and they share your gender doesn't mean they share your agenda. They have their own agenda that has very little to do with you. Remember that.